Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. Today in this tutorial, we are going to stretch our step a little further. We are going to implement Font Awesome or FA icons into our project. Stay tuned. Now in this particular case, we want our Font Awesome icon should appear here right before this WordPress is font text tag, this heading, this H1 tag. So this is what we are going to do. In the first case, we need to install the Font Awesome icon into our theme, into our project, and then we need to use it right into the place where we want to use it. But before doing so, the very first thing that I would like to say you that due to some technical reasons, we won't be using the latest version of Font Awesome. Instead, we will be using this Font Awesome 4.70, this older version of Font Awesome. Let's head back to our text editor, and here in this functions.php, first of all toggle this word wrap. Here it goes. Now here we need to register the Font Awesome CDN into our project first, and then we need to enqueue that individual style right over here. I had told you previously that always try to include or try to import your CSS styles, scripts or other things like this all into a single place and effectively use them into a project by registering that particular style or script and then enqueuing them into your theme. This is the proper way to include some other source of CSS styles or scripts into your project. The purpose of this page is practically to include all styles and scripts properly into our theme and execute them sequentially into the places where they should have been used. So that is why we will be heading back to this functions.php first, and here all we are going to do, first of all, let's copy this thing here. We say that we want Font Awesome. Awesome. There it goes. Font Awesome. In the second case, we need to include that source file right over here into this particular place. So all we need to do, let's head back to Google, and here we will be looking for this Font Awesome 4.7.0 CDN. And after we get that particular CDN, we will be copying it and we will be pasting it right over here into the text editor. So this is what I am going to do here. I have copied that particular Font Awesome CDN icon here and I have pasted it into this individual register style. So we have registered Font Awesome into our theme. This is the first thing. And in the next case, we need to call that individual, we need to enqueue that individual Font Awesome CSS here. So we have recopied this same WP enqueue styles, and now we'll be calling that individual registered style into our project by calling it by name or ID. So this is the name of the handler here. This is the Font Awesome name. So we are going to copy it and we are going to paste it right over here. Press Ctrl S. Now head back to your project and reload first. In the next case, we will be viewing the page source here, and we can see that this is the page source, and there goes the Font Awesome CSS. Here it goes. This is the ID that we have used practically, and in the last case it is going to add, WordPress is practically going to detect all the nature of the external file that we have practically used into our project, and in case it has detected that the file here is a CSS file, that is why it is adding this particular phrase of CSS. So this is how we can say successfully that this Font Awesome CSS is now included into our project. Now the next thing is we need to use a particular font awesome icon right into our project. This is the next obvious case. That is why we will be next heading back to, and here this is the font awesome 4.7.0 official website here, and here we'll be heading back to these icons. There it goes. This is the icon, and for say we want to use some kind of font from here. So let's choose which font do we wish to use into our project. Let's choose for say this location arrow, or even better is for say this trophy. We want to use this trophy or this tree, whatever we wish to use. Let's assume that we are about to use this tree icon into our project. So we will be opening it, and here this is the Unicode that we will be needing in the purpose. So all we are going to do, let's head back to our text editor and into this custom style sheet.css. Where do we precisely want to use our font awesome icon? This is the place, this is the h1 tag that we have practically created into our theme as the header file, as the header title. And here we want to use our font awesome icon right over here, just before this h1 tag. And this is the wrapper cell. If we inspect this element, we can see that as a whole, this whole div element is practically wrapper cell. So any h1 tag that appears within this wrapper cell, it will be having a font awesome icon prior to execution of that particular text tag. So let's head back to our text editor here, and there goes the wrapper cell h1. So we will be copying this wrapper cell h1 first. We don't wish to put any kind of parent div here, and another thing, we wish to use it before. So that is why we are placing this before sign here. Now in the next case, first of all, let's put this one. Then we'll be using this content. And what should be the content? This is the content that we are about to use. So copy this thing, head back, and here we'll be using this content. In the next case, we will be using the display of inline block, and the vertical alignment should be in this exact middle. So let it be up to this far. Press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload. And now if we reload, we can see that this will be the result. We can see that WordPress is fun. It is having a tree icon right in front of it, as we have expected, but it needs a little bit of additional customization, like the color of this individual tree. What color do we wish to use right over here? We wish to use a white color, as if this individual h1 tag right over here. So that is why we will be heading back to our text editor, and here we will be mentioning the color to this white. On the other hand, we will be using a font size of, for say, it is actually 2.3 rem. So there it goes, font size 2.3 rem. Press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload, and you can see that everything comes back right into order. And the font awesome icon, we have placed this font awesome icon successfully into our project. So this is how we can definitely use font awesome into our project in many places. Like if we wish to use it here into this individual timestamp div element, or we may use this font awesome icon right over here inside this menu along with all those menu list items. we can use it anywhere here. So this is how we can use them into our project. And another thing, if we increase this font size to some particular level, for say we are using this 7 rem property here, head back, reload, and you can see that the tree now grows bigger. The font size has now grown bigger. So if we press Ctrl Shift M, there it goes. So all we need to do, the next thing that we need to do, we need to customize all those properties for mobile display or for lower device display width. So this is how we may use it into our project. At present, we don't need our font awesome icon to appear such bigger. So we will be reducing this font size here. Like instead of that, we'll be using this font size of 2.2 rem. Head back to your project and reload, and you can see that this will be the, of course, result. So this is how you may include font awesome icon into your project. You may include all of them into your theme, and you may make usage of them. In the next case, above of all, we need to customize this WordPress on this footer area that we had created. If you have liked this tutorial, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button down below. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.